Yo, yo, yo. Thanks for tuning in to the 10th episode of J Talks Crypto. And in this episode, I'm going to be talking about Bitcoin mining and what I'm personally doing now. And just going to talk about mining a little bit. Shout out to 10millionsatoshis.com for sponsoring this video. I am 10millionsatoshis.com. It's like a little info site that I made. So if friends ask you, how much Bitcoin should I own? How much Bitcoin should I buy? I always like to tell people you should work towards a goal. Go into it slowly. Don't go too ham. It's pretty much just stay humble, stack sats, relax, and don't go crazy. Because it's real easy to go crazy if you look at the charts every day. But if you buy a little bit every week, set a goal: 1 million satoshis, 2 million satoshis, 5 million satoshis, 500,000 satoshis. I don't know what your budget is. I don't know you. I'm just talking about mining. Anyway, so before I actually used to have a handshell HNS1 Plus miner. And I recently sold that because they were going for a lot of money on eBay. I got it for like $300. And I had always wanted to get into Bitcoin mining, but I just always felt like it was too late. I would never have enough hash power to make a profit, blah, 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 blah. And that's partially true because it is hard to make a profit if you're looking at it in terms of like the daily price now. Most of the time when you mine, in all honesty, if you're mining at the levels that like I can mine at, because I don't want to get like a gigantic loud ass ant miner. I just want to get something nice and quiet that I can like just leave here and like, you know, like help decentralize the network. And like, hey, if I make passive income out of that too, then that shit is dope as hell. So I sold that and I bought some overpriced miners with the profits from the gold shell. They're a little bit overpriced, but in all honesty, it's really cool, and I'm really glad that I get to support like just a company in USA. Even though I didn't buy it directly from them, I did buy it from actually I did buy some of them. I did get are new, so I am supporting GekkoScience. Appreciate y'all for just letting us mine at home. Like, we don't need no crazy hash power. We got this shit going over here. Pushing over a terahash right now. Hopefully by the end of the year, I'll have a 10 terahashes of power. And I guess one of the things that I did want to talk about after doing a little bit of research into SHA-256 mining and Bitcoin mining is what pool to select. Now, I really wanted to go with like slush pool and like ant pool or like, one of the big mining pools because you get regular payouts, but I'm actually going with something completely different. I'm going with Kano Pool because we don't mine empty blocks. And I think that's important. I don't really know too much I'm not going to act like I'm like super duper technical and I know exactly what's going on behind the scenes. But I've been going on to the Bitcoin Talk forums, going through posts, and I found this dude Kano, and it seems like he is a little, I guess, I'll say abrasive to be nice to some people on the boards. But I think that on another hand, after reading some of his posts, I think he does have the interests of the Bitcoin network in mind. So if you go to the Bitcoin mining sub forum, this guy Kano, he made a really interesting post, and I'm just gonna paraphrase it, but he's essentially he claims that some of these other big pools will mine empty blocks, and he does something where before submitting the block to the actual blockchain, he runs like a little script that checks it to make sure that he's not submitting an empty block. And I personally think that's important because I know that one of the ways to attack the network is to mine empty blocks. If you control like 51% of the hash power and then you start just mining empty blocks, you can disrupt the network and really hurt people in a way. It'll only be temporary, but you're still attacking the network. And so it's like if you have hash power and you're dedicated and you're sending it to like a pool, like, yeah, you're getting paid, but yo, if you're mining empty blocks, like you're kind of attacking the network. And if we stick to the tenets of like what Bitcoin is, like is one CPU equals one vote, like why are you voting with your hash power to attack the network? Like you should be voting to protect it, not attack it. And then like another reason why I'm actually going with Kano Pool is because they do pay out mining rewards. Um, I believe if you find the block, you get all of the mining fees or something along those lines, and that's not something that other pools really do. It seems like that with the mining fees, they've just been pocketing them, and I'm not gonna claim I know every single pool. I know exactly how it goes, but sometimes people ask the question is like, oh, what happens after the last Bitcoin block is mined? The network is just going to survive off of fees. But what kind of precedent are we setting if, as miners, we don't demand that those fees are paid to us? Like, I'm gonna dedicate my hash power to a pool that pays me those fees because on top of my allocation of the 6.25 BTC at this current moment, it might be I don't know when you're watching this video. Eventually, it could be 3 and change, and then 1 and change, um, and then less than 1 in the very distant future. If you are really seeing this, I hope 10 million Satoshis is still up, and that's probably gonna be some crazy shit. Um, Forgot what I was saying. It's really important. We are the ones who are setting the precedent right now. Why would you mind? I just feel like if we're gonna go ahead and vote with hash power, you're gonna go ahead and spend all this money on mining equipment. Like we need to pay attention. Don't just go to the most profitable pool because, unfortunately, I'll say that I have been looking at this pool. One of the reasons why I didn't want to go with them at first is because I am working with very limited hash power, and they haven't found a block in 298 days at this point. But they do have 6.32 petahashes of power. So if you understand how mining kind of works, it's they call it luck, but it's really just if you're in it for the long run, it'll even out, and that's what I'm going with. This mining pool also has super duper low fees. They pay out dust, and it seems to be run by a guy who really knows his stuff and actually cares about the network, and that's what I really care about. One of the reasons I can actually tell that I feel that he has a lot more knowledge than what we might give him credit for is that I was watching an interview the other day with Adam, or listening to a podcast with Adam Back, and he made an interesting point about the hash rate drop when it went down, I guess a couple of weeks ago, or a couple of weeks ago, due to that blackout in China. He said something along the lines of, anyone that's telling you about the hash rate is probably giving you bad statistics. And I remember like when I was listening to it, like that kind of like stuck out in my head. And then actually today, I don't know when you're watching this video, but to give you context, Bitcoin just dropped somewhere between it was like 65,000 not too long ago, then it was chilling between 55, and then yesterday or 2 days ago we just had some crazy ass correction where we hit 30K, and it was like a face melting dip. And I didn't tell, obviously, because I'm just kind of like, yo, this ain't shit for me at this point. I'm going down with the ship. I will die on this hill. So yeah, Adam Back had said something along the lines of, these people don't have the accurate reporting to what's really going on with the hash rate. Anytime they give you a different metric that it dropped by X percentage is inaccurate. And I remember listening to that, and it kind of stuck out. And so I've been on the Bitcoin Talk forums, I've been on some Discords, and just been reading through posts, and that's actually something that I saw this guy also talking about from Kano Pool. He was so today the hash rate dropped, or a couple days within this past couple days the hash rate dropped, and he said the same thing. And one of the things that he said is, like, if you go like on blockchain.com and you look at the hash rate, There's like it's often wrong by more than 5% because they're going by the last like 240 blocks or something like that. I don't really know. I'm not too technical, but this dude looks like he knows his shit. So I'm going with that, and I'm going with I'm gonna go ahead and I'm not mining like other shit. Like I'm trying to mine Bitcoin. I'm trying to support the network. One CPU equals one vote, and my vote is always gonna go with the king, Bitcoin. We got that SHA-256. Anyway, so I just wanted to make a quick video. Fuck Elon Musk. Fuck BlackRock. Fuck anyone that thinks that Bitcoin is going to zero. Fuck anyone that doesn't give a shit about this shit, because it's important. It's gonna change the world. And if you don't have a miner, I did like the math or something like that. Everyone should get this and just run it. You may, like, if you put it in lotto mode, maybe you'll get 6 1/4 Bitcoin at the time of writing. You're probably not, but it does help us counter FUD, because let's say there is an attack to the network and you don't have any kind of mining power. Yeah, you can run your node, but then how are you going to enforce those rules on the node? And I just think that's it's important to have hash power, even if it's a little bit, even if it's a block eruptor. I don't really care, but this is not technology. Like, yeah, believe it or not, even with the block eruptor, that is significantly more powerful than almost any computer that you can have in terms of straight mining SHA-256. It's not good, but it's still better than just like having like a Raspberry Pi or just your regular CPU even. I think. Don't hold me to that. But yeah. Think about it. Start mining. Why not? It's something fun. It's something to look into. And yeah, this is J Talks Crypto, and I'm signing off.